I do want to ask you, because you mentioned it, the foreign relations, is Trump already, like I mentioned, wasting no time as he spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday, discussed the war in Ukraine. Can you detail more about what was involved in this call?
Well, this is a report. This is a report, Andy, coming from the Washington Post that has not been confirmed from the Trump team. In fact, in that Washington Post piece, it says that Ukraine was given a heads up because President-elect Trump had spoken to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky the day before. But the Ukrainian spokesman for the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry is saying that that call didn't take place. The call warning them about this call to Russian President Vladimir Putin. So the Trump team, we do have a statement from the Trump team. I won't read it, but I'll sum it up. They're neither confirming nor denying that this call took place Thursday between the president-elect and the Russian president. Trump communications director Stephen Chung saying they don't talk about these kind of private discussions. So they're not confirming it. They're not denying it. We do have this report from the Washington Post saying this call took place. Of course, one of the issues Donald Trump ran on was ending the Ukraine war. He said he had a plan to do it. We never heard the details about it. There's certainly a number of Republicans on Capitol Hill. We heard from Bill Haggard. He's saying he wanted to, cut some of that funding, said he had never voted for it. But Ukraine right now is losing territory. They've lost 57,000 soldiers over the past nearly 3 years. That's the same number the United States military lost in the Vietnam War. And there's a lot of concern that how much does Ukraine have left? It also remains to be seen what is President Biden going to do. Zelensky's been begging to send long-range weapons into Russia to take out some of these bases, launching some of these drones that are from Iran. Of course, China's helping the Russians. North Korea is sending 10,000 troops into Russia. They're now seen fighting in Ukraine. There's definitely concern they had over the last 4 years this growing alliance now with North Korea, Iran, China, and North Korea.
So many involved, and some of those numbers and statistics very staggering. Last question, because I know we were extended conversation here, Lucas, but we do know that Trump and Biden are expected to meet this week inside of the Oval Office. What will that moment be like, and what will be discussed there in your eyes?
Well, it should be a big moment on Wednesday. There's no question. Donald Trump returning to the White House, capping a political comeback that some say has never been matched. Some might say it's the biggest political comeback since Richard Nixon. Some people are going even farther, saying it's the biggest political comeback ever, even more than Grover Cleveland a few centuries ago. It's certainly capping a huge political comeback. Donald Trump, sweeping the swing states and coming face to face with Joe Biden, of course, who was, Trump's opponent for many months until that fateful day in June when Biden dropped out of the race. But it's notable that kind of transition meeting did not happen when Biden won the election, and now it's happening. We heard from President Biden the Rose Garden Thursday saying he wanted a peaceful transfer of power. It appears from what we're hearing from National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan today on the Sunday show saying they want to present, have a good turnover and present the incoming president with everything they know. Of course, those will be classified discussions before the press pool is let in, but it will be definitely appointment viewing on Wednesday at 11 a.m., Andy, for sure. Yeah, it'll be very interesting what both have to say.
Yeah, we'll be tuning in. I know you will as well.
We're not friendly to each other during the race.
Yeah, no, that is so very true. And a lot has changed since that disastrous debate in Atlanta where Biden eventually dropped out. Lucas, thank you again. I appreciate your time. As always, great insight here on Live Now from Fox.